So here we are at the abandoned building that I saw earlier coming in. That's sort of associated also with what they're calling on the Google Maps a power station, but I'm not sure. As we saw in the previous video, it does look like a silo or something. I'm not 100% sure. Nonetheless, to get to the second one was quite difficult. One would have thought that it was a road from the previous place to this place, but no, you have to pretty much make your way out onto the main road. Probably drive about 3 k's and make your way here on a dirt road. You can sort of on the maps make your way from the previous power station, that's what they're calling it, to this one, but you won't make it through. It's a dirt road also, but the trees overhang the road so severely that I'm not going to risk scratching the poor rental car. It might cause me to have to pay an excess for any scratches. So I've gone right around. If you look at the maps, don't take the direct route, you won't make it through. You've got to come right around the back way. You go through a small village. I believe we're in the township of Russia, as in R-A-S with that little V on top, and A, so the S with that little V on top gets the S-H sort of sound. So Russia, not in Russia, but similar to that. And once you get to the next town, there's once again a very dirt road, but you can get through quite easily. You don't need anything special out of a vehicle. Probably a little SUV would be good because they're slightly higher than, say, some of the small cars. So if you've got a rental car or a regular car that's slightly higher than the average, not a problem. What I'll do is I'll show you the road to give you an idea if you do decide to come out here this way, or if you're local and never knew about it, or if you live anywhere from Rijeka to Pula to Rovin and you're looking for a motorbike adventure, this is pretty good. All right, I'll swing the camera around and let's have a look. So yeah, has this been a case where it is a casualty of some sort of war with all the damage? But I'm not sure. Once again, we'll just make our way here. Now I'm just hoping I haven't lost some footage. I just noticed the camera had gone off and I've just turned it back on. So I'm not sure what's happened. Once again, we've got quite a deep, that's coming into play, sort of like a pit. A lot of rubbish in there. We won't go too close. Whether or not people are coming here to camp, I'm not sure. I can't see why not. You pitch up your little tent, throw down your sleeping bag, you're under cover. And so if you're coming in a four-wheel drive or a motorbike, it wouldn't be all that bad, I guess. If you're young and you can rough it with a few mates, or a few friends I should say, it wouldn't be all that bad. You can see how the concrete has started to deteriorate when it's exposed to the elements. Some people have sort of used this to store animals, some sort of livestock, which is terrific. At least it's being used instead of being abandoned. Yeah. I'd sort of suggested, yes, some people have been bringing maybe horses here or sheep, cows, cattle. What else I've seen? Goats. They seem to like goats as well. Seen a few donkeys about. Not sure how they come into play unless they act as like security, because I've heard that donkeys makes great security guards, sometimes better than a dog. because they're pretty fearless and they will have a go at just about anything. Okay. So that's basically about it. I can't go any higher, only because it's a bit too difficult. You can probably see, you'll probably end up seeing a lot more with the drone anyway. There are some stairs that take you up higher, and there does appear to be not necessarily a lookout tower, but just a tower, for whatever reason it is. I can't work it out from where I am, to go up there. So I think the drone will tell us a lot more about this place. Okay, so now that the drone is on its way, I have been able to discover a little bit more information that we've sort of uncovered from the last video. So the industrial growth in the 1930s did occur in this immediate area, and besides coal mining, bauxite and cement was produced. The Russia Valley was improved, and Lake Chepich was drained in 1931. And I think we saw that earlier when we did the flying from one point to the next point of the two power plants. And two more towns were built, Ičići and Podlabin. This led to more energy use and the building of the Vlaška thermal power plant in 1939. Now, the thermal power plant with two generators that could produce 3.5 megawatts and 6.5 megawatts of power was built. However, each time it started, it needed 1,200 kilograms of oil. So to save money, it only ran for 2 or 3 days every other month. During World War II, partisans damaged it to stop the Germans from using it. And then in February and March of 1945, 26 bombs hit it from Allied planes. Repairs started in the mid-1945, and even though it was hard and there were many breakdowns, the thermal power plant made its first electricity by 1946 with a new 3.2 megawatt unit. It mostly supplied the coal mine, but was also used to help meet the local town's needs. In 1950, a new 14.8 megawatt generator was installed, but it was struck by lightning the following year and replaced with another 6.5 megawatt generator. The plant was rebuilt again in 1956 and worked for another 20 years until 1976 when it was shut down. The thermal power plant soon became as run down as it was after World War II, which is a sad end for a proud mining industry of the area. The old buildings were once planned to be torn down, but they changed their mind and wanted to use them as warehouses. The Environment Protection Agency stepped in and said that the old buildings are of danger to life and safety of people and traffic, and the landfill could cause fires. And that's how it's all been left to what we see today. So please enjoy the remaining aerial views. So here we are at the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope I was informative enough. It's something that's a little bit different. I don't even think the locals would be aware of both of these buildings that we've just seen in sort of part one, and I guess this is going to be part two of its whereabouts, because it is quite difficult to get here. I'd say that the local two little villages that are quite small, they'd be aware of it. I think they are using it to store sort of gear in, especially that one with, this one in particular with all the hay, and someone's made sort of like a makeshift sort of barrier to keep livestock there. But if you did like the video, by all means, click on that like button or that thumbs up icon. Please consider subscribing. Subscribing doesn't cost you 1 cent, and it really does help the channel immensely. But most importantly, stay safe, commute safe, and have a great day. And fellas are, I didn't even notice, I know fellas, thank you. I was going to say for watching and making time for this video. So we'll leave it at that. Bye for now.